rare opportunity to have a discussion with one of the great personalities with whom all the classical dances should be connected. And because ICCR is the government organization which promotes classical dance forms and classical dances. And as you all know, Indian Classical Dances Association has got 1,200 members now in the WhatsApp group, and around 12,000 members in the Facebook. We are all well connected. We have members from all over the world. We are from USA, UK, Africa, Malaysia, Singapore, Poland, from all the places in the world. We have got members, and our idea is to promote classical dances and classical dances, and also to have very good lectures, discussions, festivals, competitions, and all events connected with the classical dances, and also try to find out the opportunities which are there for the classical dancers who are now suffering even because of this lockdown, during this lockdown period. Anyway, today we are really fortunate to get Dinesh Patnaik ji, who is the Director General of ICCR, who is leading ICCR. And as you all know, ICCR is doing a lot of activities. And on behalf of Indian Classical Dancers Association, may I welcome Dinesh Patnaik ji. And I would request Charanya, our host, to and also the coordinator of ICDA, to officially introduce Dinesh Patnaik. Charanya.
Thank you, Gopakumarji. A very good afternoon, namaste, and happy new year to all of you present here. Before we move on with our interaction today, just a brief about Sri Dinesh Patnaik ji. He is the ambassador and a career diplomat of the Indian Foreign Service with more than 30 years of experience in many assignments. He has served in Indian mission in Geneva, Dhaka, Beijing, Vienna, and at the headquarters, he has served at the Europe West, External Publicity Africa, and in UN divisions. Sri Patnaik has served as the Deputy Chief of Mission at the Indian Embassy in Vienna from 2009 to 2012. He was the ambassador to Cambodia from 2012 to 2015 and the Indian ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco from 2015 to 16. He has had the privilege of being the Deputy High Commissioner of India to London from 2016 to 2018. And before joining ICCR, he has served as an additional secretary to the Indian Ocean region and thereafter the additional secretary to the Ministry of External Affairs. Sri Patnaik holds a master's degree in business administration from the IIM Calcutta, and he also holds a master's degree in advanced international studies from the University of Vienna and international studies from the Diplomatic Academy, Vienna. Having said that, I'm sure he has a lot of insights to us today on ICCR and the Indian Cultural Relations Council for Cultural Relations for us. A very warm welcome to you, sir. And without stopping or further delay, I would just directly delve into the first and the foremost question that most of the dancers in this forum have is, we all are aware of ICCR, but the main thing is we are really not aware of what are the procedures and the formalities to get empaneled on a very wider perspective, because we are having artists from all over the world here in this panel today. So if you could start off with talking about the procedures and formalities of how we can empanel ourselves as dancers, and is the empanelment open right now? So that is the first question that we would like you to address, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good. Very good. No. Thank you. It's always wonderful to see talented people like all of you in one place. And I'm delighted that at least I'm getting the opportunity to talk to all of you. We'll go into all the other details one by one, but let me tell you, this period has been very difficult for everybody. But in a way, it has helped us realize what are we lacking and what are we supposed to do, because it has made things clear that the future is not going to be the same as what we were used to. It is going to be a hybrid model in future, despite the vaccine, despite all the changes. It's a world which is going to exist between on-site functions and on-site events as well as online. So both are going to travel simultaneously. So if we think that we are going back to a situation where only on-site is going to happen, it is not going to happen. So we have to get prepared to online, because there's also a very big market out there for online. And ICCR is working on a whole lot of the issues. I will come to it one by one as we go on. But we have to prepare ourselves for a future that is happening like that. For that, uh, unfortunately, because of whatever is happening, the economic downturn that has happened due to that, the artists are the one maximum to suffer from it. We have been talking with Culture Ministry to see what we can do. Culture Ministry has some plans, but you all know better than that, that what it does and what it does not do. Where ICCR is concerned, our mandate is to take Indian culture abroad. So we have a very limited mandate. Our mandate is not to do it in India. We have a Horizon series which goes in our cultural centers, but that's just to keep something active in India. But our main focus is abroad. And if you will understand me, when you send people abroad, you have to send only things which are good quality. What has happened over the past is that ICCR has sent people whose, how do you call it, the spectacle, the production aspects of the spectacle that they send has been lacking. They have been very talented people, but the spectacle and the production which goes behind it has been not to mark. So what happens is a large number of audience abroad that we go to are the same audience we keep on going back to all the time. We don't create an audience abroad which is more than what it is now. So the same diaspora elements, some lovers of India, some people, we have not been able to create a niche for classical dance and music, which creates a bigger audience than what is there right now. For example, what are we competing with? We are competing with, let's say, Bollywood. Now, Bollywood and contemporary dance has been able to create a much wider audience abroad. Does not matter. Even local people in those countries are wanting to see those things. So what we have not been able to create is that wider audience, and for that, it's ICCR's fault. It's everybody's fault. We have been not working the right way. The right way is to embed culture in that country. So it goes into three, four things. One is, how do you create an audience there? Is through our cultural centers abroad, showing productions which are quality, creating a lecture demonstration series, having courses abroad. There are a whole lot of courses that we do abroad in many of our cultural centers. But we send dance teachers without having a proper course structure. I know it's a Guru Shishya Parampara. We have all grown up where the Guru decides what the Shishya learns. But in today's world, when you go abroad, you cannot have the Guru Shishya Parampara, because the Guru changes every 2-3 years in that place. So we do not have a system where our courses are standardized. And so when I came in and I started asking people, where are your standardized courses? I found there are none. ICCR doesn't do any standardized courses. So now what we are doing is we have initiated a new way of having standardized courses in all our cultural centers. Courses which after 3 years will give you a certificate or a degree, whatever, depending on which courses you're doing on Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathakali, Odissi, all the other dance forms. Same with music. They're learning music, but they do not know what is the course they're doing. And what we have instituted from this year on is, after these foreign students finish their courses, we will give them a scholarship to come to India to any of your institutes. So if any of you are running institutes where you are looking for foreign scholarships, please get in touch with me, because we actually want to put a list of institutes where foreign students can come, and the scholarship we will pay for it. So in a way, it also becomes good for it. The reason I'm telling you all this is, it's only this way that we create an audience abroad, because the dancers and the musicians who learn have families and people and friends and etc., who then want to come and watch other performances, other dancers. You have to create your audience. Even in India, we are not creating audiences. We do not even still today have a cultural course in our schools. If you do not have a culture schools in our, we have to create the audience of tomorrow, because once you create an audience, everything else becomes okay. It is like any economics. Once the demand is there, the supply adjusts to fulfill the demand. So if you were creating in India audiences for the future, you will find there will be a big demand for your kind of talent that is there. So this is something which we have to create, and I'm just talking abroad because that's my mandate. My mandate is not to create the audience in India. So I will go into more depth into that. Just wanted to give you a background of all the things we are doing. The other thing we are looking at is the online version. Now, online version, what we are already putting in place, and by the next 1 or 2 months, you will get to know it, is we are putting our own OTT platform on classical music and dance. So you will basically have a Netflix for classical music and dance, and in which we will pay you to give me productions. So I'm going to now reach out to all of you that you do your productions and give me half an hour productions, 15-minute productions, 1 hour productions, because 1.5 hour productions, different productions, you'll have to submit your productions telling us what you do. The spectacle, it will be have to be a 2-3 camera thing. It cannot be a single camera straight in the front with proper background, translation of what you're doing, subtitling of what you are saying, the expressions, the music, everything. I mean, it has to be a classy performance, and we will pay for you and we will put it up. Because what I realized during this COVID time is that when I send people abroad, I get an audience of 200 to 300 people in each performance maximum. I mean, sometimes not even that. Online performances, I found we had an audience of tens of thousands of people. Now, whatever it is, if we do classy things online and we have a platform for online music and dance, classical music and dance, an OTT platform which we run ourselves, you will all be part of it. You will all put up your productions on it and I'll pay you for it. And if the platform becomes good, you can then envisage one day where you can put up your performance and charge for it. So, there is a whole lot of things we can work on. So these are things I just wanted to put your background. And while coming to empanelment, actually, I don't like the whole concept of empanelment, because empanelment means that once you are empaneled, whether you do something good or not, you are always permanently there. And when I checked, I realized we had about 4,500 to 5,000 people who were empaneled. So the COVID time gave me a time to find out how many of those 5,000 people are still existing, because this empanelment has been going on for the last 30, 40 years. So when I checked, I found that half of them are, some of them are not alive, forget it. Half of them are also not doing anything now. So we've changed the empanel procedure. We are not going to have it that way. We are now going to have empanelment only once in a year for a limited time of period for new artists, and old artists also who do not submit every year new productions will be taken off the empanelment. So it will not be as if once you're empaneled, you're permanently empaneled. It's not like the civil services that you give one exam and you're permanently in the government. So you'll have to every year give an exam to see if you're there or not. That's number one. Number two is this A, B, C categories are good. That is good for internally, that is for Ministry of Culture to give you something or the other. We are going to have our ABC category depending on the production values that you have. So we will tell you that you have to give production values. You cannot take a production abroad which is just put a black screen, taped music and a dancer in front. Those days are gone. Right. People are not interested in that. They can watch it anywhere else. So you'll have to have production values where you have proper background, proper music score, proper explanation of what you're doing, a proper production score, things like that. All of it. I don't have to tell you. All of you are experts in all this. Only thing is, nobody has ever forced you to do it. You do it at home also, but we do. And then we are going to look at large productions. So no more small productions. Small production will be there, but it will be not so much. Large production, and we will be participating in festivals. What we have decided is no more of participating in only India-centric festivals abroad. What we do, we go to Australia and we participate in something called Namaste India or something, where all other Indian dancers are standing there and dancing to an Indian audience. That's not my job to take Indian dancers to an Indian audience in Australia. I want an Australian audience to be watching it. So the whole idea is we identify festivals across the world. So what are the kind of festivals? So you have everything from Glastonbury to Edinburgh to Shanghai Cultural Festival to all the international festivals where people from other countries are participating, and we also participate as one of them. So first of all, that festival has its own footfalls and its own audience, large amount of people who come to watch. Secondly, you are competing with others. You are one of the few people who are showing your talent. That's where you realize how good you are or how not good you are. And so you prepare for it. And we will give you a year's advance notice. we will ask for each of the festivals, we'll ask people that this is the genre we want, this is the kind of thing we want, this is the theme of the festival. You give us your production values, we choose among you, and then you prepare for it about 6 months to 1 year in advance. Now what is happening, ICCR decides, and 1 week before that you have to go and you have to put in everything together and rush and go to the place and come back rushing. It just doesn't make sense to me. So these are the few things which we are putting in place. So the empanelment exercise will change. So don't worry if you're not empaneled, because I'm not going to make empanelment as a virtue to becoming an ICCR person. If you have a production which is wonderful, which really brings out the ethos of India and also the cultural values along with the talent that you have, we will be able to take it. So the new system, you will get to hear of it very soon. Because of COVID and many of our people falling sick, we have not been able to work as efficiently as in the past, but we will do this. So this is on empanelment, and I'll stop here. If there are other questions, we'll go ahead one by one.
Okay, and I think most of it, what we had kind of had some questions and queries, you covered most of it in the process of, giving us a view of what the new empanelment procedure is going to be. Yeah. And probably few of the questions that I got from some of the gurus is, in case we need to go abroad, for example, we are in touch with few festivals and we know some of the organizers who would be inviting dancers. How would we approach ICCR to help us to be there, even monetarily, because not many of us would be having the capacity to spend from our own pockets and go there. So how can we approach ICCR to actually reach these festivals?
ICCR has a system of helping people attend festivals abroad. So it's not that it's not there. And what we can do is we can take up a part of the cost for you, so that you will have to find some other sponsor for yourselves, or the sponsor who is taking you there will find part of the cost. But I want in advance. So I want to plan out for a year in advance so that we know next year whom all we are going to support. I don't like it when you come at the last moment and tell me, that I need to go abroad and I need this. That's number one. Number two is the place that you're going for a function should actually be worth it. It cannot be, like I told you, I'm not in the business of taking Indian culture to Indians abroad. I mean, there is fine. One or two of the things we have to have some for the diaspora abroad. But the diaspora better pay for it and pay for you to go there. I'm not going to pay for them to come and see you there. If they want to see you, they might as well come here and see you. So my whole idea is I want you to participate in festivals or go to places where there is larger part of the local population who come to watch. If you do that, it is a better chance for me to approve it for you. Thirdly, if you can get lecture demonstrations in universities and colleges and institutes and dance academies there, and add that to it, that I'm going to give a 1 week lecture demonstration, or I'm going to do a small course on dance. All fine arts department and arts department of top universities across the world teach dance forms. Now in India, we are stuck in our fixed dance form. We don't do body movements in India too much. We are into more of, either you're doing Bharatanatyam or you're doing Odissi. We don't have actually a dance institute which teaches body movement and then the student can learn anything after that. The whole dance movement thing is not so much in India. It is happening in small parts, but not so much. And that's what we all need to work. That we will discuss later on what we can do together. Because I'm thinking of talking to Ministry of Culture to start. Kalakshetra was a brilliant idea, but like Kalakshetra, other institutes we teach basically dance movements. You just pick up dance movements. After that, whether you want to do Bihu or you want to do Mohiniyattam or you want to do anything else, that's up to you to decide what you want to do. But the ability should be for each individual to learn anything they want after having learned the dance movements in the beginning. So similarly, so what I'm looking at is when you go abroad, if you can do productions which are catering to that kind of an audience, production, then we will sponsor people who are doing production value. So we will keep about 20, 30 sponsors every year for 30 groups to be able to go abroad on their own initiative. But for that, you have to prove that it is worth it. So for that, what I will do is, if you can work out what you think are the criteria which should go in deciding, And then I will look at it, and if I need to add something, I'll add, and we can have a criteria that we do collectively together, formulate together, as to what do you think are the criteria for selecting people for these programs abroad. You formulate the criteria first. I'm not going to do it first because I'm not going to impose it on you. You formulate criteria. Similarly, even for production values, if you have any idea of what criteria should be taken into deciding production values, what criteria should be done into the theme, we can't keep on doing the same theme, Meghadutam or Geet Govinda all the time. Let's see what we have. And if we can do, one of the few things that I will sponsor 100% is if you can do fusion, which is that if you are going to, let's say somebody from Argentina is calling you, and you do a program with an Argentinian group there where you both dance together and do a production which is together. You can start off it. I'll sponsor you to go there for a month, practice with them, or 15 days, practice with them, and do a production after that. Those are the things I will approve immediately. So, but I need it with a good team. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to go beyond your comfort zone and do something out of the ordinary, because we have too long stayed within our comfort zone doing exactly what we've been doing for the last 50, 60, 70 years. Let's do something new, different. Your talent is there for everybody to see. Their talent has to be put in a different format. If we watch the same kind of movies which we were watching in the 60s now, we would stop watching movies. So movies have also evolved over the years. Everything that we watch has evolved over the years, but our dance forms haven't evolved that much. There has been a little, but hasn't evolved that much. So let's start evolving them. For the elder people in this group, my apologies. I don't mean anything. You have all gone into a system which has done this, but the younger people need to evolve new systems of doing things.
Sir, there is a very interesting question on the chat box. What would be the age limit? But considering what you just spoke to us, I think we don't have an age criteria if we're going to be part of these productions.
Okay, I'm going to be a little blunt here. Nobody in the world wants to see people past their prime dancing center stage. You can do lecture demonstrations, you can talk about it, you can do lectures, but if you look at spectacles all over the world, there is a retirement age for everybody. And for classical dance and art, there has to be a retirement age beyond which you can guide your youngsters to do it, but elder artists have to give way to younger artists. So I'm not fixing any age limit because that's not my mandate, but people should understand that you can't continue to, the body gives way. It's not the same. You can teach, you can lecture, you can give demonstrations, you can do that, but you should not be leading dances and doing solos on top of that. I'm seeing pictures of people doing solos way past their prime, which unfortunately, I'm sorry, I'm being blunt. If I hurt anybody, I apologize right now. I don't want to hurt anybody, but my whole idea is that it behoves on us older people to encourage the younger and to create stars of the future. Same way they have to create their own stars later on. But if we continue, we are not allowing the youngsters to come up. So that is something. So I'm not putting any age limit, but I think you all know in your mind, if you want to suggest an age limit, I can take that, but I'm not going to suggest it.
Yeah, I think, can we open the forum for a few questions?
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of senior gurus here who
Please,
can ask
Taranya,
some specific
anybody,
questions.
You'll have to moderate it, that's all.
Sure.
And let me tell you, anybody wants to discuss anytime, anywhere, I'm always open to either on a phone call or a Zoom or even meeting. I have no problem meeting people. So if sometimes you feel hesitant to ask anything here in an open forum, sometimes, we Indians are not so clear about asking in an open forum. You can always call me up or send me a message or write to me or anything, and I will reply to you. That's for sure.
Can we have your details, please?
Could you please introduce yourself and start, because I think
Please unmute and talk. Please unmute and talk.
Hello, sir. This is Nandini Krishna.
No. Your voice isn't audible, Miss Nandini.
Pushkar, I think she's
We
trying
can.
to Namaste, Namaskar. Asabri Pawar here. She's trying to say that we want the contact so that we can contact sir easily.
I'll put it on the chat box here right now so that you all can get it.
Oh, chat box. Oh, yeah.
So you can put it, I will share it again with everybody because the chat is just connected only to me. So I'll
It's
just
only
copy paste
connected
it.
to you, huh? Okay.
Yeah, you can type it out. I shall just resend it back to everybody.
That's okay. I'm just typing it and sending it to you so that everybody knows what my.
And all participants may join our group also. You can send a WhatsApp message to my number so that we can share to all the participants Divakji's number. So I will just tell you my number 94465 94465 39836 39836 94465 39836. So I will share Divakji's number to all.
Did you get it,
Yeah.
Charanya?
Yes, I'm just copying and pasting the numbers as well.
May I ask a question, sir? I'm Rajni Rao.
Yeah, go ahead. Charanya has to decide whether you can ask a
Yes,
question.
yes, Rajni, please go on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Gopal sir and Saranya ma'am. I'm a Kathak dancer, of course, and I'm doing my thesis under Shobna ma'am on the topic Kathak and Carnatic music, sir.
Wonderful.
These kind of work I want to be projected in the world around, which is quite a challenge. And since
No,
under the-
Rajini, let me interrupt you. This is at this moment. Please do more work like this. If your work is good, I will sponsor you to go anywhere to give a presentation on these things. So don't worry about it.
Thank you, sir.
Confirming you even now. But
Yeah.
the work has to be of substance.
Definitely, sir.
If it is substantial, and I will have a team which will vet it. If it is substantial and you find out, so if you want to go to the University of whichever dance, Juilliard School, anywhere else that you want to go and give a talk on this, I would be delighted to sponsor you abroad and even do some, in fact, one of the reasons I want to do this online thing is that all of you can present your thesis, your things online. I will give you a platform to reach out to tens of thousands of people. So if
Thank
you
you,
have something you want to talk on,
Yeah.
please let me know and I will create the platform for you to be able to talk to people on it.
Done, sir. I'll be in touch with you on your email ID then.
Yeah, please. And also to all of you, if you all want to start a regular series of talks and discussions, we can fix a day of a week where I will set up the platform. You decide who wants to come and talk, and we do it every week once. So I'm offering this ICCR platform for you right now itself. But
Thank you,
the curation for that has to be done by your group. So you have to curate every week and tell me that next week. So you start off by, let us say we start from 15th February or something. And
Sir,
you
I'm
start,
ready.
so we can start it off. So just get back to me on this. If you want us to put a situation where all of you can, one after another, every week once, have a slot where we can reach out to the world on any issue, let us have a discussion on the different issues for dancers. And I'm not talking about social and emotional issues. I'm talking about technical issues and issues of dance,
Done, sir.
where we
Thank
can
you, sir.
discuss dance forms, similarities between Indian dance forms and foreign dance forms, dissimilarities between that, on between joint fusion work between Kathak and Kathakali and others, etc. Whatever. Like Mrs. Rao is working on, Rajni Rao is working on Kathak and Carnatic music. So similarly, such kind of things, if you have, let's do a series of these things. It is good for all of us.
Thank
So
you.
definitely
Sir,
that's
I'll
a
be
good
getting back to you.
idea.
We have Mr.
We can coordinate
Vinay
the dancers
Tiwari.
and we can give you the proposal. We can give you the proposal because we got
Yeah.
so many senior dancers in our group. So we can definitely coordinate this program.
Yeah,
No problem. No
it will be good if you can coordinate it through the association so
Yeah.
that it
Yeah,
becomes.
Sure, sir.
sure. I think we will take this point in, sir. We surely take this in. Mr. Vinay Tiwari has raised his hand, so
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Very good afternoon to everyone. my humble namaskar. I am Vinay Tiwari. I'm from a very rural part of Uttar Pradesh, which is Salempur, but I had opportunity to learn under Padma Bhushan Dr. Saroja Vaidyanathan ji. So as this pandemic started, we felt, because we are in our village and town areas, so for us, like people like us, like I am only Bharatanatyam artist in entire my district. So for us, it is very hard to even get an auditorium where, if like as sir said, we need good production value. So I really do not understand then how we are going to manage all these things if we are far from such places. First of all, as young artists, we don't have money, we don't have auditorium, we don't even have cameramans. Even if I'm ready to pay, in case if I'm saying that I ask my money.
Vinay, let me interrupt you slowly. Very
Yes,
good. You put a point which I've been discussing also with people. You see, I'm going to pay you for this production. So it's not that. So I will fix a sum for each of the production. So it will depend on the length of your production. So if it's 15 minutes, if it's half an hour, it's 45 minutes, there'll be different payment. I'll pay you. But if you do not also have the capacity, I will tell you where to come. For example, if it's in Delhi, we are setting up a center. If it's in Pune, Mumbai, we'll set up in Kolkata, in other places. There are studios which will help you do the production. That's not a problem. But you have to first define what you want to do and send it to me. If it's approved, I'll pay you for it. It's not that you're going to first pay, produce it, and then send it to me, and then I'll reject it. That's very sad. So
that is what.
No, don't worry about it. I'm not going to create a situation where you suffer anything out of my enthusiasm. So what you have to do is you have to put down on paper what is it that you are planning to do. What are your production values? What kind of background are you looking at? What kind of theme is it? What is the storyline of it? Is it something different? I don't want all of you producing the same thing and sending it to me, then it makes no sense to me. If yours is different, something new, something different, what is the kind of people you are looking at? What is the kind of music score are you doing? What is the theme of it? Do you have a subtitling for it? Do you have the, so why I'm asking you association to work on it is work on what are the things that one looks for in a production. If you can make a list of those things that one looks for, I can make a format out of it. And then we circulate the format among all of us. Once you cater to the format, then what happens is your theme becomes important for me to decide. Because the format is then settled. You know what the format is. So work on the format for me. The theme then becomes different. So if you're doing something very unique, you're doing something on Banaras, let us say. I'm just saying, you're sitting in UP, you're doing something on Banaras. So you say the theme is whatever on Ganga and Banaras, and your production values actually show that it's going to be a brilliant piece. Then we will tell you, okay, go ahead. This is the money you will get. You can do it. If you cannot do it, you come to Delhi or you come to Lucknow, wherever there is the nearest place where the production is, and then you do it. And then we take it online for us. And then what happens at the end of the year, if I have, let's say, 50 online performances or 60 performances, and some of them are outstanding, then the only thing I will do is I'll tell you that when things open up, I will send you abroad. You understand what I'm saying? So it works both ways. Your production also works, and then you get an incentive because you get to travel abroad after that with your production. So all these things I'm trying to put together in a manner in which it encourages each of us to be better than earlier. So
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And we have Miss Saurami Mukherjee who would like to ask a question, who's raised her hand.
Namaskaram, everybody. My name is Saurami Mukherjee and I'm from West Bengal, Howrah. So I want, is any solo production is allowed? And one more thing, that after
you're breaking up.
Submitting the proposal.
Saurami, maybe you can type it on the chat screen. I can read it for you so that we can go on to the next participant. Miss Amira Patankar, who would like to.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Namaste, sir.
No, Amira, you've gone muted yourself. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Namaste, sir. First of all, I'm sure I speak for everyone when I thank you, because what all you have been saying are such wonderful and I think necessary points. that as a young artist, it has given me a lot of hope. So first of all, thank you. My question is actually in continuation with you said that you would be happy to produce productions, which is a great thing. So in the proposal that we sent to you, should we also include a tentative budget that we think we would need?
Yeah, you can do that. But like I told you, I'm going to fix an amount that I can give you, because for me, I do not have unlimited money with me.
No,
So,
of course, and there are maybe so many dancers like me as well. But okay, so but it's advisable to send in what we think, the whole concept note, of course, but a budget that we think we would require.
yeah. That is always the truth. You have to give a budget, otherwise, how do I know what it is that you're looking at?
And also, do we send you a proposal only that can be done for an OTT platform, or something that can be done live as well?
No, see, there are two parts to it. It's a good question. On the OTT platform, I'll be asking production for which I pay you.
Okay.
For the live, once I decide that, okay, you are, let's say there's a festival in Spain, which is the Santana festival in Spain, which is about classical dances and other. So I tell you, this festival is going to happen in November next year. The theme of the festival is this. Now you send me proposals of what you can show in this festival.
Okay.
And then I choose out of that. In that, you are sending for a festival.
Okay.
Or I say 75th anniversary of India's independence, we are sending people to South America, where we are looking for 3-4 groups which will have to give a presentation on India as to how this is. So send us your production value. So I'm now going to ask for each of this for production values before I approve who is going to go or not go. It's not that you are empaneled, so I look at this 5 empaneled and then I tell them that you are going. Because what is happening is, in empaneled, you already have set pieces which you are going to send. That's no point for me, because you've been doing that for years and years. I want you to think of something new and put it together.
Okay, sir.
Or for example, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say today, there was Saurami Mukherjee. She said Namaskaram. I don't know whether she's Bengali or South Indian, but whatever it is, the point I wanted to tell is, like Bangabandhu, we have a great relationship with Bangladesh. Right. Now, this is the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh's independence and 100th anniversary of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's birth. Now, supposing I tell you, I'm asking classical musicians, but supposing I tell you, do me a piece on Bangabandhu. Okay. How to commemorate Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the freedom movement.
Right.
So now I want you to write to me and tell me, this is what we are planning to do, this is what we do. And I have a group of people who vet it and see whose is the best performance, and then I select you.
Okay.
But so that's how we're going to do the selections. But supposing I have selected you for this, now I'll have to put in that little criteria that, okay, if I selected you for this for the next two years or 3 years, then I cannot select you, because there's so many of you. If I start, some of you are very good, will get the choice every time, because you're too good, maybe probably, than the rest. Okay. But so we'll have to have some fair system as well as some system which encourages you to do better. That's all.
All right. And sir, all those who are not empaneled, how will they be able to apply, and will they be able to? How will they come to know?
No. I'm this empaneled. I'm trying to throw it out of the window, but unfortunately, there's a lot of vested interest here not allowing me to. I really don't like the empanelment system, because empanelment basically says, you are empaneled once and you're there forever.
Right.
One is, of course, having category wise. So you are registered with ICCR. Doesn't mean that if you're not registered, you cannot perform. If you have a brilliant production, I'm not going to say you have not, that you cannot go. Okay. And what the empanelment is doing also is a problem, because many people empaneled who for the last 5-10 years have not even gone once abroad. And it creates a lot of heartburn. And I don't like that, because it sometimes is not possible to send you abroad. But what happens is, once you get empaneled, you start thinking, oh, I'm empaneled, so I should be going. And then you don't go and you start feeling bad about it. And I don't want that to happen.
Okay, sir. Okay, thanks.
Sir, we have two very interesting questions. One is from Saurami. Her question was whether a solo production or a duet production is allowed. And in continuation with that, we have a question from Mr. Narendra. He is asking if there can be a production by students with disabilities. So will they be allowed to go outside the country? And the third part is the criteria of being an A-graded artist of Doordarshan or a national scholarship. Will that be an added advantage?
No, let me answer from the back. First question, last question first. See, grade A artist, you are very good, and we completely agree with you. You are a grade A artist. But if your production values are not good enough, there is no point in sending you abroad. Because see, what we are doing, we are looking at a market, a audience abroad, who once they don't see good production values, will lose interest in our. We have to create audiences by sending great production values. It's the same thing. If I start getting you low grade, B grade movies from Hollywood here, nobody would watch Hollywood movies. Because you watch A grade movies, you feel, and what is A grade movies? A grade movie is not the star. A grade movie is the production values in the movie. Like for anything else, even a production. If you do a ballet or a Swan Lake or anything else, you can do a Swan Lake with amateurs, you can do a Swan Lake with professionals. But the dance is not matters as much as the production values matters. And so we have forgotten the production values. And so unless we do that, taking a spectacle abroad is of no use. And once we get everybody adjusted to it, I am actually looking at commissioning from next year onwards musicals, huge musicals, 1.5. Well, why are we still not on West End or on Broadway or anywhere? Why don't we have any productions? Why can't we all work together and do something which brings out the ethos of all the dance forms of India? I mean, imagine having a Broadway show with all musicals and everything on, I would die to have a show like that. So let's start working on things like that. Let's stop being small, let's start thinking big. So A-grade artist, you will have an advantage, but your production values is what will determine. Number 2 is on solo duet, there is no limit. You want to do a solo which is brilliant production, please go ahead. I mean, I am not even looking at, you can have 200 artists, it can be a shallow production, you can have one artist and a brilliant production. So it all depends on you. So if you have something really brilliant, then we will do it. And then it has to fit. So if I go to a massive festival, let's say Glastonbury or Running Man or some huge festival, in which people are coming with big groups, as a solo, whether you'll be able to generate that much interest or not will depend on you. So we may not send you to a large festival, we may send you to some niche festivals. There are always, in South Korea, there is a festival which is for niche festivals, for solo duets, this, that. So we will always find a place to send all of you together. Yeah. So that, and the third one, disability, of course we will do it. It's not that we will not do. Again, the same thing comes. It's like export of items from India. Just because we produce it, we can't export it, because the export has to cater to a certain quality and has to have a demand for it. Just because I make chappals, Kolhapuri chappals, doesn't mean I export Kolhapuri chappals. Okay. It all depends on whether people want Kolhapuri chappals, or whether the quality is good enough for people to wear it or not. That's where the demand will come. So everything is demand driven. So it's not that disability, we're trying to take good productions abroad. So, and the more we take good productions abroad, more there'll be a demand for our kind of art and culture. So it's actually a virtuous cycle for you, because the more you send good stuff abroad, more people will want more of that stuff. More you send bad stuff abroad, lackluster, mundane stuff, you will find that people will lose interest after some time. They'll say, these guys come, put up a black screen, some taped music and dance and go back. This is not.
This is Santosh from Samarthanam, sir. Managing trustee would want to have he has a question, sir, for you.
Yes.
Namaste, sir. Really very happy to be hearing from you, and would like to extend big thanks to ICCR. Couple of times our group was sponsored abroad. So we are working on a production. We are exploring the possibility of releasing it for Republic Day. Entire disabled spectrum, visually impaired, physically challenged, and hearing impaired. It's a combination of song and dance. So if you permit, I will share you the details.
Please tell it to me. This Republic Day, we will not be able to do on-site, but I can launch it online for you.
Yes, sir, sure.
Oh,
and
please.
So we are incurring some cost. Whatever you can give, we consider it as a
Yeah. Please send it to me. Please send it.
Yes, yes, sir. I will send it to you, sir. So, and I wish you a wonderful year. Let this year bring a lot of happiness to us, so that we can go abroad and perform.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
We have a very interesting question from Ms. Mithul Sengupta. If you could please unmute yourself and ask the question directly.
Can you see me? Sorry, I'm actually traveling now. Respected
Okay.
sir, this is Dr. Mithul Sengupta, and I'm right now residing in UK. I'm a Kathak artist. I'm working with the national company Phoenix Dance Theatre here. So it's a collaborative project which we are doing. And my question is, like, I know ICCR used to before like associate with collaborations, but now does ICCR still allow collaborations with countries?
I could not get your question. Could not understand.
Sir, her question was, does ICCR allow collaboration between countries and companies?
What do you mean by collaboration? Joint productions?
Yes.
Collaborations are joint productions, sir. Yes.
Oh, you didn't hear me before. If you have a joint production, I will approve it immediately. In fact, I would rather have joint productions than individuals going abroad. You know, the whole. No, let me be very clear to all of you here. ICCR was set up to create mutual understanding between countries in the field of culture. It was not created to be a propaganda arm of Indian culture abroad. So the whole idea of ICCR is to take you people abroad so that you can have linkages with dance groups and cultural people abroad to create something together.
Absolutely.
So if you can do it, I'll be more than delighted to help you.
Thanks a lot, sir. And just to let you know, we have already created an Indo-French production with ICCR in 2012, The Swan Lake Revisited, which is also in your archive.
I know that. Brilliant.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Miss Dr. Sauraja Tagore, you could unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. Am I audible? And maybe I'm not visible. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. I think there's some problem with my camera. At the onset, thank you so much for having this this talk, for your willingness to meet us. I am essentially from Kolkata, West Bengal, and I have been performing and practicing Bharatanatyam for quite some time now. But over the last couple of years, my area of research, academic as well as dance, has shifted to Tagore. In fact, my doctoral research has also been on Tagore, and I find that Tagore, being in Kolkata, he is a big name. We have so many Tagore productions and festivals and things like that. But when I travel abroad or even outside the city, I find that Tagore is quite not as represented as he should have been. In fact, I'm also a lecturer in a college. I teach Tagore. So I was wondering that if there are opportunities, or if suppose, we make proposals where Tagore is not only treated as and where we are not only looking at Tagore as from the aspect of performance, but also from the aspect of literature, academically where he stands and how that gamut can be weaved into the performance aspect. Do you think such opportunities will be welcomed by ICCR, or they will be accepting such proposals? It's going to be academic, at the same time performance oriented.
No, these are the kind of things I'm looking forward to, Dr. Tagore. Really, I mean, give me something out of the ordinary and I'll approve it immediately. Give me something mundane and I'll have difficulty in approving it. So get me something like this. I'll be very, very delighted to work with you.
Okay, so my being a Bharatanatyam artist will not be a clash here. I mean, since Tagore is it's going to be quite different from a traditional classical performance.
We'll have to see exactly what it is, but just send it to us. Anything which is out of the ordinary, I look at it more closely than anything which is normal. Normal, I don't look at it too much because I get too many of them every day.
Perfect. I got your point. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think the chat box is kind of
So there is one question.
finished. Yes.
Sir, there is one question. Is for getting employed with ICCR abroad. For example, our member, she is here.
Gopal Kumarji, here I'll come down to it. I'm actually changing the way we do our dance programs abroad. So we are going to send a lot of dance teachers abroad now. But we're changing the format. Earlier, what we used to do is to send dance teachers for 2 to 3 years abroad. Now we will send them for less than a year. We'll send them for about 11 months. But they have to work on the course that is done. So you'll have to have those teachers trained to teach students at different levels of the course that we will do in our centers abroad. So that policy has been put into place. What I'm looking at is the next level, which is that can we have institutes tie up with each of our cultural centers? So for example, let's say you have a Guru Shishya dance institute, and you send a teacher abroad. So I want you to do the online, sending the teacher abroad, do the examinations, the testing, everything by that institute. So we will select an institute for each country. So if you are doing Bharatnatyam in, let's say, Malaysia, so and your institute is selected, then you would send a dance teacher there on our expenses, of course. You would conduct the exam, you would do the online thing, you would do everything. So, it creates a linkage between the cultural center and your institute. So this is what I'm trying to work on also. And here also I need more ideas. If you have some ideas, please let me know how we can work that out. Because in this, what happens is instead of a dancer going, coming back, another dancer going, coming back, the student also doesn't know who is teaching. Here, one institute, you know that he's going to take care of the student for the next 5-10 years till the person keeps on. And maybe if the student does well after 3 years, 4 years, we can even give him a scholarship to come to institute in India and study. So, you create that linkage. For long, we have been doing everything episodically, event-wise. You do an event, you forget about it after that. We are not creating linkages. Unless you create linkages, where do you create the people of the future?
Sir, can we speak?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Anupam Bhode, like I'm disciple of Guruji Guru Dr. Saroja Vaidyanathan ji. I was very much interested as an artist, as a performing artist. Like with Guruji's blessings, we have learned a lot. But from last 2 years, just because of the financial reasons, I need to drop myself as a performing artist. I went into teaching. Like just today, around 2 hours ago, I have resigned from Khaitan Public. Just 2 hours ago, I got married last month, and I really want to see myself as a performing artist. And also, like हमारा जो culture है, like गुरुजी से हम लोग ने भरतनाट्यम सीखा है गुरु शिष्य परंपरा से. So how can like I'm married to a person who's a doctor, so being a performing artist, how can we match our level that कोई ये ना बोले that yes, he or she is a performing artist. Like doctors, engineers, everyone is there. Performing artists, so can we have that level? Like as a teaching, I really want to teach. So how can we grow? Like really, next week or in 1-2 days, I'll really go to my Guruji also. I'm missing her, and today I saw this message, and yeah, thanks to Guruji that I'm here. So can you
Anupam, do you have a specific question to
No,
actually I'm masters in Bharatanatyam from Indira Kala Sangeet Vishwavidyalaya only, and like this is something like after 2-3 years I'm here, like thanks to Guruji. And so please guide.
See, maybe we can take this offline. You can get in touch with any of us and we will guide you through.
Okay.
Yeah, we have...
one of the few things, Charanya, which I wanted to ask all of you. Do you have an online system of matching teachers to students?
Are you asking like a portal or a website? Is that
a portal which actually matches, or if you're not, we can work on that.
Probably we can, because so many teachers and so many students.
I'm willing to put in money to have a system where you all can teach online also, because there are lots of students across the world who need hand-holding of teachers, and you can get paid for it also. So think about it. No, the reason I'm giving you all these ideas is I want them to come from you. I don't want to impose anything on all of you. You are all talented people. I'm just a bureaucrat. So you just have to give me ideas of what to do.
I have a question.
We shall take initiative to coordinate, because we have got so many teachers who would like to participate. So we can coordinate that. No problem.
I have just one request. I have to rush to a meeting. It's 1 o'clock.
Yes, so maybe the last couple of questions we'll just end with the last 2 questions.
Srilata Vinod has
yes, I've just been.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful speech, and this is very motivating and inspirational. But beyond that, to take it further on online classes, that is something that is truly very, very challenging, as well as something that will work. Being a teacher myself, I teach at the Madras University for the MA programs, and I have seen that sometimes we have, even through the ICCR or exchange programs, we've had students come in from other countries wanting to learn, but it's very hard at a post-graduation level to start from basics.
Yes.
That is the kind of thing that ICCR can step in and have a bridging system where they can continue the learning. They start and then they can continue into a PG program. Wonderful. And then they can beautifully, they can sail through the entire program and go back to their countries. So that is something that I'm interested in doing.
No. I'm delighted that you think like it. That's what I want to do with our cultural centers abroad. Our cultural centers abroad should become feeder things to the larger audience. That is what we need to do. So absolutely. We will do that, but I have to rush. I'm sorry, Charanya.
Sir, I think we will take the questions offline and we will end the session today.
Offline, but I'm just asking that if you want to do it again, maybe next week we can do it again.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much,
sir. We will just do a conclusion just before you leave.
Okay.
Thank you so much for really agreeing to be part of this forum, and it is a lot of insights, a lot of questions that was lingering on our minds about empanelment, ICCR, and probably
when you so much,
sir. Word,
thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It was a great
thank
you,
you,
sir.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
much, sir.
Those who are not members,
many questions to be asked, but due to lack of time, I couldn't ask you anything. Maybe next time I'll definitely ask, because.
1 second. Those who are not members of the ICDA may send their number. They send a message to my number 9446539836.
Sir, I have already posted this on the
you just send the number. You can be a member if those who are not members, because there are so many who are not members. So you get all informations about whatever activities are happening. So just send a message to the number 9446539836. So thank all participants.
Okay, sir.
Participating in
thank you so much. Thank you all of you for being part of the forum, and we will meet often with newer themes in your
Thank you so much, Gopa Kumar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Gopa Kumar.
Thank you, Charanya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charanya ji.
Thank you, Charanya ji.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir.
Thank you, Charanya. Thank you, sir.
We're looking forward to another meeting soon.
Sure.
I had so many questions, but I think I was not given an opportunity because of lack of time. But I would definitely like to get connected with sir again.
Yeah,
and
his email ID is there on the chat box.
He's very prompt. You
So
can just send
you
a mail.
can directly probably
Immediately
write to
reply
him.
will come.
Yeah, because I wanted to raise an issue which I personally faced when I went for empanelment. So I wanted to talk to him regarding this. Because on this particular occasion, because he should know, as a senior officer, he should know what is going on in his office in the junior level. Because I have faced so many problems,
That is why you are telling that the entire empanelment process is going to be changed.
Yeah, so I think the empanelment procedure
Going to take up
probably not going to be valid. So it's going to take a very new phase or as such. So maybe we can start thinking of the perspective in which he's put forth to us today. So we can work on those lines.
Charanya, in the email ID, the D is capital or small?
No, it is capital.
Capital.
I've just copy pasted exactly.
Yes, I also had the same question. Like, is it capital or the small?
It is capital DG dot ICCR at.
No, it is not capital.
The capital is the common name.
It's not capital.
Not
See,
capital.
I don't think email ID is capital.
Capital, no.
Not capital. It can never be capital. It can never be capital.
Because that's the way he has typed it. I've just copy
No,
pasted.
it's not capital. You can just see the site of ICCR. Everything is there.
Yeah.
Even the entire list of empaneled artists are there. The entire list with phone number, email ID are there in the ICCR. This thing.
Okay, sir.
Thank you everybody for your valuable time.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Sony, okay. Sony, you're here then? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Gopakumar, sir. Thank you, Charanya.
Gopakumar.
Welcome. Shall
Thank you, Charanya.
I'll call you, Sony.
Sir, can I end the meeting?
Yeah, in the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.